Hello Malala Library teens, this is going to be a quick video instructions on how to make this snake stuffed animal. Here's all your items, and the first thing we're going to do is to take off that heel if you want. You don't have to do this step, but you're going to turn it inside out and then fold over where the heel is. And then make a slip knot to start, secure your thread, and then simply start sewing across in a straight line to get rid of that heel. Just makes your snake a little bit straighter if you want it straighter. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a bendy snake, but it's totally up to you if you want to do this step or not. Turn it back right side out to make sure that it's straightish, and then finish off with another slip. The next step is to fill it with the stuffing. You can fill it as full or as not full as you want. Just make sure you push the stuffing all the way into the toe of the sock or the head of the snake, and just make sure that it's even all the way down. And you can just squish it around with your fingers and make sure that it's distributed evenly throughout the snake. I'm going to slow things down a little bit for this next step, and that is the tail. You can choose which kind of tail you want. You can have a square tail or a triangular tail. I decided that I wanted to kind of take my tail and kind of gather it in and make kind of just a gathered in kind of pointed tail at the base, kind of like you'd see on a rattlesnake. Hopefully you've watched the Reptile Man video. He had a very awesome rattlesnake. But one thing I love about fleece fabric is it's very forgiving, and any thread that you use is going to get kind of lost in it. So you can just simply sew through the fabric and it's going to disappear. I'm using white thread on black fabric, and you won't even be able to see the white thread once I'm done. And I'm simply just pinching the fabric together and making sure that it's all sewed together. Just one big kind of pinch. Now for the mouth. I'm feeling for the toe of the sock, and that's where the eyes would be, and then I'm going to put the mouth right below it where a mouth would be. And take your red felt, and I've already pre-cut out a piece of what the tongue would look like. And I've done a little example for it on your instruction sheet in the bag. I'm folding down a little piece just to show what piece is going to sew onto the fabric. So here is where an issue came up, and this is kind of a good lesson for everyone. These needles are too dull to sew through the fabric of the felt. So you can start sewing into the snake itself, and then I don't know if you guys have your needles with the Among Us craft that we did several months ago. That needle was definitely sharper and did poke through felt. You can use that needle. You're going to see that I grab a little life hack here in a minute. I was sitting right next to a wall and I found a thumbtack, and you can poke a thumbtack through felt. So I'm going to grab it off the wall quickly and poke it through the felt and make a hole. So I kind of pre-poked holes in the felt with a thumbtack and was able to sew the tongue onto the snake that way, because I'm sorry, you guys, it was too dull to poke through the fabric that way. So try a sharper needle, and if you don't have that, then use something to poke through the fabric, or you can even use hot glue to put the tongue on, or if you have fabric glue. One thing you don't want to do is don't use just regular old Elmer's glue, because that will make a mess and it just is not worth it. So message me if you have any problems, email me or give me a call, and I can help you work something out too. So I absolutely love googly eyes. These sew on just like buttons. So attach your string to the snake and then sew them just on like buttons. I put mine on like you would a regular animal, but we all know that snakes' eyes usually are more on the sides of their heads. So you choose where you want them to go and then just sew them on back and forth like a button. Pretty simple and easy to do. And so you should have gotten 2 eyes in your bag. And then I left my snake at the beginning straight, but later on when I was taking pictures, I took the tail and I tacked it to the middle of its body, so it was kind of curved. You can do that too. It's kind of fun to just personalize your stuffed animal to however you want it, and that's the great thing about making your own stuffed animals, is that you can make them however you want, and it's a fun thing to do with friends as well. I know that I've done a couple of birthday parties when I was a teenager, and I've done one for my girls where they made stuffed animals with friends. These stuffed animals, you can work it out if you use a sock or something for the body like felt, so it doesn't take more than 45 minutes or an hour to make them. So just have fun with this, and of course if you get into any trouble, let me know.